Hey, let's go ahead and get started with some messages from our spirit guides, angels, and ancestors. We're going to do another spirit talk. Spirit, please show me what is the motivation that we can give to the collective to help them through whatever circumstances they're going through. Life is meant to be a vibrant, deeply felt, growing mosaic of long, meaningful moments. All right. So listen, don't waste your time doing stuff that you know you don't want to be doing. Make sure that everything you're investing in is meaningful for your life, for your evolution. Otherwise, don't put any time, energy, or effort into it because it's just going to be, I don't want to say a waste of time because you need to learn your lessons, but at the end of the day, like a lot of the time we'll put our energy into things that we know in the long run are never going to work out for us, yet we continue feeding this, this whatever the circumstances are for you. It could be feeding a relationship, it could be feeding a job where you're putting in all the work. Everything has its time and its place, and honestly, if you just feel like you're bleeding, your energy, then it's time for you to pull back and think about what are the meaningful things that I want to put my time in, my energy in, my effort, because that's your currency, right? That's your currency. So, Spirit, what do we have for the collective? What are the most important messages? All right, we got a card out. It's time to release negativity. Like I said, if it's a relationship and you're putting time and energy and effort into a relationship that just keeps being toxic, because Scorpio can be very obsessive. Especially for you Tauruses out there. Tauruses have, Scorpio as their seventh house of relationships. It's time to release negativity, but that goes for the entire collective. What if it's your career house? It could be a relationship house. It could be a friendship house. It's time to release anything that is negative in your life and stop feeding that energy, period. Stop feeding it. What else do we have for the collective? What else do they need to know about this, Spirit? All right, we've got a couple cards that flipped. There they are. And we've got meditate and contemplate, and then it's time to take action. Bottom of the deck, believe in the impossible. So, yeah, I feel like a lot of the time we feed, old energy that we know is like just expired. And I feel like, because you don't believe in yourself. You don't believe that you can have if I leave this relationship, I'll never find anybody. You don't have anybody when they're sitting next to you anyway. A lot of the time you go to bed at night and even though you have somebody there, they make you feel lonely. I'll never get a job that pays me this much again. Well, you don't want a job. Job means just over broke. So start your own business. Believe that you can and you will. And it says, it's time for you to meditate and contemplate about what these negative things are. And then it's going to be time to take action. All right? It's time to take that action and say, you know what? I believe in myself. I believe I have manifested all the way up until this point. I manifested the home that I live in. I manifested the car that I drive. I manifested relationships before. I've manifested new relationships. I've manifested. Or, maybe this is about a new career path and you're like, well, I just don't know how I'm going to do it. Scorpio rules other people's money. See if you can get a loan. There's going to be somebody out there, and maybe it's time for you to take a step back and think like, who believes in me enough that would actually help or invest in me? Because whether that's a bank investing in you and giving you a loan so you can start that new business, or, I'm done with this relationship. I don't want to put any more energy into it. Time for me to go. Or, like I said, it's going to be circumstantial for everyone. Or maybe for some of you, it's about moving. Maybe you're moving, to a faraway land, but you're absolutely afraid. But it's something like every time you meditate, it comes through your meditations. And Spirit's like, listen, what's the difference between a dream and a goal? A date. So all you have to do is put it out there and the universe is going to, it's like, what's that saying? Take one step towards the gods and they'll take 10 steps towards you, right? So let's get some advice on this then. Let's get some advice on this because again, it's going to be a wild card for everyone. What do we have here? Blessed. You are blessed. It says, like, look, even though, I hear that saying, life once gave me a box of darkness and I had to realize that too was a gift. So if you ended up in the wrong relationship, right? And you're realizing it, well, it was a blessing that you went through that experience. What did you learn from it? You learned what you don't like, and now you'll know what you love. You know now what's no longer for you. So Spirit is saying, it's time to release negativity. What's clarifying the meditate and contemplate is the not for you. You know this situation is not for you. And now you're going to have to be strategic, because chess is what? A game of strategy. So it's about being strategic instead of swimming in circles. Well, I know I should. Okay, well, you should. And all you have to do is believe in yourself, believe that things can work out for you, and they will. And they will, because Spirit says all you have to do is take action. That's it. After you've taken the time, so you go from Pisces to Aries. So Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac. It's what you need to release. And Aries is what new beginnings you're going to open, all the new doors that open up for you because you were willing to let go of what no longer served you. It's had its time, and now it's time for you to get strategic. What else do we have here, Spirit? Yep, you're stuck in a fork in the road right now. Okay? But this fork in the road, I feel like there's going to be a fire that's lit under your ass to make you make a decision. Whatever that is. And I'm telling you, you can't sleep on it. Maybe you've been trying to take this nap. You've been trying to sleep, you're sleeping on your morals. I think that's a saying, don't sleep on your morals. I feel like you've had enough time to rest. You've had enough time to meditate. Maybe for some of you, you're still in it. You're going to know when it's time for you to take that action. And it's almost like, we have that fork in the road, right? And you see that there's so many options. Do I go this way? Do I go that way? But also, do you see how he feels tied and bound? Honestly, he's stronger than that pole. But that's kind of like, I almost get the monkey on your back. You see the monkey right there? It's almost like you have a monkey on your back. But I feel like you need to go no holds bar when you see the Aries. Like, I'm an Aries ascendant, so I know. I act first, think later. And it's time for you to take that action. It's time for you to say no more. I'm done with these negative situations. I'm done, investing my time, my energy, my effort into things that just, I feel like I'm spinning my wheels. Nothing's getting better. So it's time for me to figure out a new strategy to get yourself out of this game. Because really, life is a game of chess. You may have to sacrifice a few pawns in the process to save the king and queen, but if you're up for the game and you're up for the challenge, I see you being very successful. So 13, we do have the number 13. 13 could be of importance. You could have a birthday on the 22nd, the 6th, or the 13th. Those numbers could be relevant. They could be favorite numbers, But the number 13 also is connected to Scorpio. What is Scorpio? Death, decay, and destruction. It's the end. Okay? So it's time for one door closing, a new door opening. And you're going to have to believe that everything is going to work out. And maybe for some of you, it's like paying attention to your dream space, because I feel like your dream space is telling you what it is you need to do. I feel like whoever I'm tapped into, you could be very connected to lucid dreaming. And I know for me, I'm very connected to lucid dreaming. Like, I will dream of somebody and I'll call, or if I see one of their family members in my dream, I'll call because I know something's about ready to go down, depending on, what the scenario showed me. And every single time I call, I'm absolutely correct. So listen to your intuition. I do feel like for a lot of you, again, even though it may seem like some of you a negative situation, again, this is a blessing. I'm almost getting oppression. You've been feeling oppressed. You've been feeling bogged down with too many responsibilities, but not getting the accolades of what you deserve. Like, if you're in a relationship and you're just putting in all this time and energy into a relationship and you're constantly battling with your partner, you guys should be working together for the same common goal and not at cross purposes with one another. Otherwise, what's the point of being in a relationship, right? Same thing with a job. You're putting in all the energy and somebody else is getting all the accolades for your job well done. Do you continue doing what you're doing because you feel tied and bound? Oh, well, this is what pays the bills. Okay. And I probably won't get another, a position the way I do. And no, Spirit puts us in our, takes us out of our comfort zone for a reason. Okay. So let's get some more information on this. What else do we have for the collective? What is the advice? How can they maneuver through all of this? The Emperor. It says, use logic and structure to increase your success. Get organized, a firm but compassionate leader. So it's time for you to be a leader and not a follower. It's time for you to really stand on your morals and do what's right. And maybe for some of you, you know, the emperors, you know, they try to do things the conventional way, you know, the traditional way. And maybe you might have to get a little bit, you know, untraditional about how you're expressing yourself. We have the Two of Autumn. It says, bring fun into everything you do, juggling multiple priorities or jobs, and unexpected talent for multitasking. I'm almost getting like, you're going to have to drop the ball. You're gonna have to drop the ball. You know, the Two of Pentacles is about juggling, right? It's about juggling too many things. You got too much on your plate. And I feel with the Emperor, it's a time for you to take back your power. It's time for you to stand in your morals. It's time for you to do the right thing, even when nobody is looking, and do what's right by you. You know, the Emperor is the power player in all of this. He's the major arcana. So this, you know, has a lot to do with authority, something of authority, taking back authority of your own life. But you're a little battle worn. We've got the Nine of Spring here. It says, protect the fruits of your labor. Prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead. Environmental conservation. So I feel like, you know, this is about protecting the fruits of your labor and this is about life experience. So this is the Tower card in the original Rider-Waite Tarot. And it says, let go of belief systems that no longer work for you. Like I said, one person trying to do things in a very traditional fashion, but you may have to look at a non-traditional way of looking at this. Because listen, you guys, we're not in Kansas anymore. We're no longer allowed to. That's what Pluto being in in Capricorn, it's demolishing our traditional values. It's demolishing the traditional family archetype. It's demolishing all of that. We are headed into the new world. Now with with Pluto now entered back into Capricorn for its last and final stay until 2254. 2254, you guys. That's how long it takes for Pluto to go around the sun. Pluto is about power and control. Pluto is about where have you given away your power? And maybe you've given your power away to, well, this is the way my family has always done things, so I want to have what my family had. But maybe you're different. Maybe it's time for you to look at life in much more of an unconventional way instead of the old conventional way that you're used to doing things, because that's what you saw with your family. So it's telling you to let go of belief systems that no longer work for you. An important life-changing event, a situation that leads to significant opportunities, but you're gonna have to look at things from a completely different perspective. The number 16 could be of importance. We have 4 here twice with 22, actually 3 times. So you could be seeing 444. That is going to be very important. If you're seeing 444, it means your spirit guides, angels, and ancestors are protecting you on this journey. Okay, so believe in the impossible. Even if everything looks like it's going to hell in a handbasket, it's not. It's when life starts to fall down around us, that's because it's preparing us for something bigger. So I see some of you guys, you know, on the fence, juggling too many things. I know this isn't for me. I know I shouldn't be doing this. You know, and you're going around in circles, but Pisces says you gotta let it go. Now we have that full moon in Pisces coming up on the 17th. It is sitting right between Saturn, the planet of rules, laws, restriction, and responsibility, and we have it sitting between Neptune, which is the dissolver of boundaries. And Neptune has also been sitting at that 29 degree of Pisces, which means it's a lot of family dynamics and a lot of family karma that we are working ourselves through. But this is all part of the life experience that you have been gifted all the way up until this point. And you notice that I said the word gifted, not given, gifted. Okay, this too is a gift, but just like I said earlier. So I feel like someone here is definitely on the fence about making a decision. It's almost like there's one aspect of them that wants to protect everything that they've worked so hard for, but there's another side of them that says, you know what? I think it's time for me to get up and go. I think it's time for me to like literally make a different decision, because you can go down the same path that you've been going on. You can make a sharp right or a sharp left, and that is entirely up to you. But Spirit says, believe in yourself. Believe that you can manifest something bigger and better than what you have experienced up until this point. And it's through that life experience, I feel like there are major pathways that are opening up, and it could have come from that Five of Swords, Five of Winter, which has to do with conflict. And it says, walking away from dishonest associations, realizing that what you thought you wanted is not the best choice for your happiness, something that's not worth the effort. So stop putting your energy into something that's not worth the effort. We have the Eight of Winter underneath that, and it says, you have what it takes if only you believed in yourself. Thinking that you're powerless, when we talked about power over here with the Emperor, thinking that you're powerless, when really in all actuality, you have the power to say no and walk away at any point in time. And it says, you are not powerless. It says a lack of self-confidence that keeps you from getting what you want. This is a prison. It's a self-made prison that you have put yourself in, which has created a lot of the conflict that you have gotten into mentally. So now you could be in this mental prison. Oh, but I'm stuck. Oh, but I have to do this. And Spirit's saying, bullshit. You don't have to do any of that. Again, it's time for you to go out and experience something that you've never had before. So if you always had a toxic relationship, it's been, and I see that with the releasing negativity, release that, let that shit go. 9-9 could also be of importance. 9-9, and then we also have 2-2-2. So 3 2s, we've got 99. 99 means that you are almost to the end of a cycle, and then it gets to the 10. And the 10 is all about the finishing, the finalization, and the completion. And that is what gives you the life experience. I'm going to leave that here, you guys. Lot to ponder with this. Just know that, again, if there's no give and take in any of the relationships that we're in, then it's time for us to start thinking about what we want to manifest for our future. I love you guys all so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you are interested in a personal reading, all my information's in the description box down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, comment, drop me a heart. I really do appreciate it. It costs you guys nothing, and it takes only a second to do. Anyway, check me out over on Facebook and Instagram under the Footsteps to Peace or Peace Unhinged Tarot. Love you guys all so much. Take care, and we'll chat again soon.